Madam Chair, Director Coy, my name is Michael Salvatori. I'm President of the Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. Council that represents 15 trade unions, about 9,000 men and women that work in and around the state of Rhode Island, 85% of which live in the state of Rhode Island. Probably about a little under 100 residents in that council that live in the town of Burrillville and in other surrounding communities as well. And we're here to speak in favor of this project. This is nothing new for us to be in a setting such as this. No matter what it is that is being proposed to be built, whether it's a power plant, whether it's a solar farm, whether it's a wind turbine, whether it's a pipeline, I even have a saying, whether it's an apple pie factory. There's somebody someplace does not want it. And no disrespect to the residents of the town of Burrillville, but this is a bigger issue that the facts laid out before us is we have an energy crisis, not only in the state of Rhode Island, but in New England. And the only thing that's going to solve this energy crisis is future investments in projects such as this. Now, I heard a lot of people come up here and say renewables. A lot of people come up here and say we need to support other projects. Well, let me mention that it was my council, the building trades, that was the only intervener in front of the Public Utilities Commission to make sure that we kept the first offshore wind project in the country on track to try and to get us to renewable energies. No disrespect to any other community. I didn't see all of these individuals from various communities show up at the hearings, intervene, spend money, testify. My members, the same 400 plus members that were here and similar, were there at hearings throughout the 39 cities and towns to make sure that we kept that project on track and continue to. Same goes for solar projects. We are for renewable projects. But, unfortunately, it's still going to take some time for us to get to that point where, even in someday, we would still need backup capacity such as projects like this. I would imagine 20 years ago that a project like this would be welcomed with open arms. I worked personally on the Ocean State Power Project. It was quadruple the size. It took 4 times as many men to build because that was the technology at the time. With the emissions, with the technology, with what this project brings to the table, taking offline Somerset that burns coal, decommissioning nuclear power plants, which unfortunately then we have to figure out what we're going to do with all the radioactive rods and fluids in those pools. Unfortunately, energy is a difficult thing, no matter what we decide to do. A lot of the detractors that come up here, I notice, are all plugging their things in, and projectors and iPads and iPhones. I wonder how many people that came up here that keep saying about the pristine view. Rode their bike here, don't have a cell phone, don't get on the internet, plug in, but they utilize all those services and let somebody else, somewhere else, as long as it's not in my backyard. Well, I'm here to support this. We work throughout the 39 cities and towns, the men and women that we represent. This plant will be built by Rhode Islanders. It will be manned by Rhode Islanders, and we support this project wholeheartedly. One last thing that I would say with the momentum that the state of Rhode Island has going for it right now, and it does have momentum. If we do not address the future high cost of energy, not only in Rhode Island, but in New England, and all the incentives we've got going on, all the momentum that we've built won't mean anything if we can't cap and bring down the cost of energy and the cost of doing business in this area of the country. And I'll close with this. Yeah, the new slogan in the state of Rhode Island is cooler and warmer. Well, if we continue to not invest in projects like this, it will be cooler and warmer. It'll be cooler in the winter and warmer in the summer because we won't be able to afford the energy costs to heat our homes and cool our homes. Thank you. I've got a comment from the
tuning in.